Greetings, Zombie Slayer Super Jim here with a high round strategy guide for the Zombies map, Moon. And this is a solo strategy, but elements of this strategy you can use, of course, in a multiplayer Zombies game as well. And I'm super confident in this strategy. I think you'll find that it is pretty much the ideal strategy for this map. And I'm going to show you a lot of the little things that you can do in this map to make it a lot easier for yourself. Moon is one of those maps that when you first play it you might think it's a little bit complicated, a little bit difficult, but when you know what to do and how to do it, it is actually one of the easier zombie maps out there. So let's get into it. Now we've got the opening screen here, the loading screen. You'll notice the top right corner of that picture there, you can actually see Samantha's shadow with her holding a teddy bear. A little bit of trivia there for you. Okay, so obviously Moon starts off in No Man's Land, or Area 51 here in Nevada. And the zombies spawn in slowly to start with. They're a one-hit kill initially, so try and kill as many as you possibly can to get some points. In this case, if you're playing solo, it's a good idea to basically restart until you get Jug as the perk, because it's either Juggernog or a Speed Cola. Now you'll notice the power is turned on immediately, so you can buy perks, you can pack a punch provided you have the points. So what we're going to do here, and you hear that siren in the background, basically when that sounds, the zombies will start sprinting, and they'll get harder and harder to kill every time that siren sounds. So what we're going to do here, and this is a really great tactic to use, is just group the zombies up in a bit of a zombie train here, and if you're confident with it, use your grenades, and you should be able to get your 2,500 points to buy a Jug. And that sets you up really well for the game ahead, because you're starting round one basically with Juggernaut. Now some people can even go a step further and actually pack a punch the starting pistol, but that is a little bit more challenging, and if you're not confident with doing this, then you're best just to head up to the moon base initially. But obviously No Man's Land is one of the unique things about this map, and we're getting Jug here, so we'll head up the teleporter and to Griffin Station. So you want to grab your PES out of the locker there immediately and put that on. Just press up on the D-pad, and the reason for that is that there's no atmosphere or oxygen in the moon base until you turn the power on. And it's basically an oxygen-free environment once you're outside the enclosed areas of the map as well. Now initially here, you want to let the zombies in to the spawn area before you start killing them, because as you can see there, you actually do get drops. This is particularly the case in the map Moon for whatever reason, and you'll often even get a max ammo or 2 or 3 drops in round 1, which is pretty unusual. So try and let them in and then start killing them. Obviously an insta-kill is pretty useless in the first round, but you'll usually get a more useful drop than that. So even at this point in the game, you can see we've got Jug, got a reasonable amount of points. So it is actually a pretty easy map in that you can get Jug and hopefully a max ammo in the first round or two. Okay, so just a regular strategy here that we're trying to use to get points, knifing the zombies for kills, and if we can line them up, we'll be using the pistol on them as well. So at this point in the game, basically what we want to do is earn enough points to go through and start opening up doors and buying perhaps a wall weapon a little bit later on as well. And you can see in the spawn area, obviously we have quick revive if you need to buy that as a safety net by all means. And there's actually only 2 windows that the zombies can spawn in through in this spawn area, which is a little bit unusual. And obviously if you're playing with 4 players, it means you've got to share your window. The other thing is that there are no wall weapons in the spawn area either, which makes it very unusual for a zombies map. So you have to leave this area fairly early on if you run out of ammo. Now you can see here we've got a spaceman coming towards us with a pink name above his head. Now, basically what the deal is with him is he will follow you around a little bit like George Romero in Call of the Dead. And if he catches you, he'll grab you and headbutt you with his space helmet. Now what that will do is two things. It will steal any perk that you've got, just one perk at a time that he steals, and it will also teleport you to another area of the map and do you a little bit of damage. Usually won't kill you though. So it's a good idea to take him out. He's easier to take out early on. Later he gets harder, but certainly not as hard as George Romero to kill. And what you want to do is listen out for that distinctive noise that the spaceman makes for when you're walking through airlocks in particular, because he could well be on the other side of the airlock as you walk through, and then he will basically grab you and do his thing. Now in multiplayer, the name of the spaceman will actually be taken from the host's friend list, which leads to amusement all around. But in solo, it is actually the staff members from Treyarch. In this case, it was Mike Anthony, who is one of Treyarch's technical directors. A little bit of trivia there for you. Okay, so we're in round 4 here, and building up our points. I'll probably need about 7,500 points or thereabouts to move on through and to the next area of the map that we want to open up. So I'm still building up my points a little bit here. And to make it easier for yourself, when you're setting yourself up for the game, by which I mean doing things like opening doors and buying equipment and weapons, try and remember to leave a crawler so that you're not sprinting into the harder and harder rounds and running out of safe opportunity to do the stuff you've got to do early on. Once you've got all your weapons and equipment and perks that you need, obviously you can just basically blast through the rounds as quickly as you possibly can, if that's your thing. So I've got just 1 or 2 zombies left here, and I'm going to try and make a crawler. It's a little bit weird in the low gravity situation that we actually kill that one altogether. So I just throw a grenade, it soars off into the distance there with the low gravity. One more try here, and we get a crawler. So what I'll do is head off, and we'll start doing the stuff that we got to do early on here with our points, and just take out the last couple of walker zombies. Now there is a major Easter egg of epic proportion in this map, and you can do the first part of that Easter egg where you actually see Samantha Maxis in solo. And the major Easter egg, though, the ultimate Easter egg, if you like, you do need at least 2 players to do that. And if you haven't seen that already, please check out my video of that Easter egg. I show you the full steps on how to do that, and I show you basically what happens and all that stuff. It's pretty epic, and it's a pretty amazing Easter egg, so it's well worth doing at some point when you're playing Moon. And there's easier ways to do it as well. So yeah, it's worth doing if you manage to get a team together, or a mate that's pretty decent at zombies. It is highly recommended.
No begging.
Okay, so I don't have quite enough points to do what I want to do next, which is basically go through and get the Bowie knife. And so what I'll do is I'll head back to spawn and just hang out here for a bit and get the couple of 2,000 or 3,000 that I need to move on to the next phase of our strategy here. Now this spawn area, you can get a zombie train happening around the middle of that PES locker. The other area is just below this on the outside of this room where we were just making that crawler earlier. There's a spot in the middle of that you can also do a bit of a zombie train around the middle of some crates or equipment as well if you're careful. So a couple of areas there where you can be reasonably safe. And you can see here that we just we get the insta-kill, which makes it a little bit easier, so I'll build up my points here.
Bring it, slackjaws!
And we get a nuke as well. But obviously I'm going to leave that because we want to get points off the zombies. We don't want to move on to the next round just yet. And looks like we've got another spaceman here, and that's Chris Piero, one of the game level scripters from Treyarch, if you're interested. So I'll try and take him out a little bit later so he's not in our way. Alright, I've definitely got enough points now. Alright, close to it anyway. So what I'm going to do is just finish off the last couple of zombies and try and make a crawler if I can. And we'll take out the space dude as well if we can. There we go. Good stuff. So the spaceman, as you can see, when you do take him out, he does explode, and any zombies in his immediate vicinity will be killed along with him. Okay, so that's part 1, guys. Please rate and comment on this video, and please watch part 2 of my epic high round strategy, Full Moon, to be continued.